Welcome back to the show. Well, Aussie workers are set to shoulder more of the nation's tax burden in coming decades as other key revenue sources fall.
For more, let's bring in Nine's finance editor Chris Kohler in Melbourne. Morning, Chris. Break it all down for us. Are we going to pay more tax?
Yeah, good morning, guys. It certainly looks that way at the moment, which is pretty terrible news considering that individuals already make up the lion's share of government revenue. In fact, twice as much tax comes from personal incomes as from company taxes. Now, why we're talking about all this is that the intergenerational report is coming out on Thursday. It's likely to show a greater reliance on personal income tax over the next decade. And part of the reason, as you said there, is that other things are going to fall away. Things like petrol and tobacco, they're going to drop back and they're heavily taxed. So that's going to put more pressure on the tax system. And there's a lot of talk that there needs to be a bit of a reshuffle here so that we don't end up paying more than is fair, I guess you could say.
Chris, you know me well. Nothing makes me yawn more than an intergenerational report. However, does it put in jeopardy stage 3 tax cuts, even though the Albanese government has said they're not going to be done?
They are saying that. They're getting asked a lot, though, for that exact reason. Look, last week the question to Anthony Albanese was, quote, will you wiggle out of the tax cuts? And he said their position has not changed, as you said. But the policy would mean that the tax are being cut for people who earn over $46,000. And as we just said, now that's going to cause a problem because they're going to rely more and more on those personal income taxes. Now, these stage 3 tax cuts, they've always been kind of controversial. Now, during the budget, we were talking about them being potentially too inflationary. But now they're looking like they might not actually be enough to help people out as the economy slows so significantly as we're now talking about it likely to do.
Well, these decisions all depends on projections and outlooks. So what is the outlook at the moment for the Australian economy?
Oh, it's fascinating at the moment, Sylvia. I mean, the chance of a recession has dropped. The chance of further interest rate hikes has also dropped mercifully, but the unemployment rate is now rising quite fast. And the Australian dollar is also tumbling. It's heading, well, if according to CBA analysts, it's heading below 60 US cents before the end of this year. The biggest factor for us, really, is what's happening in China. The Chinese economy is slowing down, specifically in the property sector. That affects commodity prices, which also affects our dollar and our economy. So we're hoping to see more stimulus be announced in China for us to be able to relax, but also we've got a lot of questions that need answering when it comes to our tax policies over the next little while.
We have shown over the years, though, we're more robust than some of the outlooks have proven, and we've got such a rich mineral source. China turns around, we're back, right?
Pretty much. If China's strong, then we can sell them a lot of our minerals, specifically iron ore, which they turn into steel and put up lots of apartment buildings. The weakness in their property sector is concerning. They've also got the lowest birth rate that I think they've ever had, which is also a concern, given that that's been where a lot of the growth from China has come from. Now a lot of the questions are being asked, well, can we pivot towards India, that we know is having an enormous population boom? Some of the other places maybe are going to be wanting to buy some of our iron ore. Those are all questions that we also are now facing.
A lot of shifting sands, isn't there? Chris Kohler, we appreciate the update. Thank you.
On fire this morning, Chris.
Fire is all across it. Always. That's why he's the economics editor.
That's right. He laid it out for us. The nation loved it. Thank you, mate. Well, Kmart and Big W are about to get even cheaper with price drops on more than 1,000 items.
Sounds good. And Bunnings is also introducing new affordable homewares. So today, reporter Sarah Stewart put the goods to the test.
Is the lounge looking a bit boring, dinner table bland, bed uninviting, or the outdoor area empty? If you answered yes to any or all, get ready for some simple, cheap and amazing makeovers, because Kmart and Big W, both famous for being affordable, are dropping prices even more.
We've dropped over 1,300 prices since May. That's across our homewares ranges, our everyday essentials ranges and our clothing ranges.
In Kmart, if you go in at the moment, they've got signs like everywhere of the price drops.
Bunnings is also expanding its affordable homewares range. And while prices are going down, Eliza from Bargain Homewares believes standards remain the same.
It's just because of their buying power that they can get the price drops on these items. I don't see any change in the quality.
Our everyday towels have gone from $6.50 down to $6. Our toggle bath mats have gone down from $10 to $9.
But are the reduced items any good? How will they look in a real home? To find out, we ask all three to style different areas or rooms.
Okay, so Big W has sent all of these cushions. Look at the colours. This is going to be fun.
It's out with the old and in with the new.
Our customers love to update their cushions every season, so we've got cushions from only $3.75, also a great range at $12.
Add in a throw, gold lamp, candles, a vase, books and a big fake plant for decoration, and voila.
Having that neutral colour palette and then adding pops of colour really can change the look of any room.
A 15-minute transformation with impressive results.
All right, let's see what they've sent for the dinner table.
Terracotta placemats with dinnerware in different colours to alternate around the table.
So we've got dinnerware from only $1.75, and we've got 4-piece cutlery sets from only $2.50.
The plates feel heavy and solid despite the price. A few glasses, fake plants, salt and pepper shakers and the table is done. Again, just 15 minutes and a very different look.
Kmart has sent some stuff to not only brighten up, but tidy up the bathroom.
When it comes to price drops, Kmart seems to have the biggest range of products. Bath mats are down $1, the floor caddy and baskets by $2, towels 50 cents, but it all adds up. A cheap refresh in a matter of minutes.
For the Kmart bedroom, everything you need to make over the bed, from the pillows to the sheets to the mattress protector, it is all on price drop.
There's small drops on most items, but sheet sets are reduced by $6. This on-trend comforter now permanently $5 less.
I like to style with things from Target, Kmart, because they're really up to date and current and they're always coming out with the latest things.
Side tables dropped by $6 too. After a quick and budget-friendly zhuzh, the room is definitely more inviting.
Bunnings has a whole range of affordable homewares coming in time for spring. So let's see how we go with the pool area.
For your outdoor space, it could be as simple as adding a floor rug, some accessories and then some lighting to give it some atmosphere.
This 4-piece white setting is one of the store's latest pieces.
We've got a great new range of furniture about to hit stores soon.
Heading into spring, there's lots of vibrant outdoor cushions and bold, bright stools. Plants in large pots are great for filling big spaces.
Pricing is actually incredible when you compare it with other retailers.
Candles and umbrellas add a bit of style. And in the end, what a transformation. A massive end to a big day of makeovers, all for a little price.
Get your shoes off the table.
You deserve a rest, Sarah.
Yeah,
Leave them
she
there.
does. She's brilliant. All right, let's get on
today.
Let's get on to the NDIS. They're rising faster. The costs are rising faster than official figures. Experts claiming the scheme is being treated like a bottomless pit of money. Bill, the NDIS, as we've pointed out many times, has issues, but we all think it's an incredible policy but needs work. As you said, it's lost its way. Now your own man says it's become a magic pudding. He says the rising costs are more significant than we're being told. He says the rising costs are even greater than forecast. So what are they?
Well, Bruce Bonahady, that's the fellow who's giving a speech today, which has been previewed in The Australian. I've appointed him to do an independent review along with several other experts. They'll give me the report in October. In terms of the scheme, it is true that it's changing lives. I want to reassure all the mums and dads who have got their kids on the NDIS getting ready for special school this morning. The scheme's here to stay. We just want to make sure every dollar gets through to the people for whom the scheme was designed. I think Bruce is right that there are some people who are abusing the scheme, and by that I don't necessarily mean participants. There's a lot of rent seekers and ticket clippers. There's over-servicing, there's unethical behaviour by a minority of service providers. I am completely confident that we can engineer reforms. We've already started the process. It's had 9 years of neglect, but I do think that we can make sure the scheme acts in the best interest of participants, and that's what taxpayers want to hear.
Give us the lowdown on the costs. I mean, I don't think anyone quite knows. Do you?
Well, it's $35 billion. It's $35 billion for the last financial year. It's supporting about 600,000 people. What we want to do is moderate the rate of growth of the scheme. We've put in some reforms which are starting to show some green shoots of recovery, but we've got to make sure that, take for example, little children who have a developmental delay, a sort of non-standard journey at a little age, we want to make sure that the NDIS isn't the only off-ramp for them. We want to clamp down on the waste. We want to clamp down on the rorts. Right now, as we speak, there are 44 criminal investigations, another 14 in the preparatory stage. 16 of these matters are now in court. I also want to clamp down and just put a big shout out to all the people out there, just because someone has an NDIS package doesn't mean a service provider should charge double or 3 times what they'd charge if a person wasn't on the scheme.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.